The new Bentley Continental GT Convertible is our kind of mobility. I've decided that I love. For many, to demonstrate its talents, we went on a mini grand tour of our own, from Marbella on the Costa del Sol to sparkling Seville, the capital of the Andalusia region, via some of the most beautiful roads you can imagine. It would be a fun journey. I can hear the Bentley traditionalists' cries of but. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. This is still the first miles pushing out of Marbella play to other strengths. The ride quality, the roof itself can be stowed in 19 seconds at speeds of up to 30 mph, and Bentley claim a 3 decibel improvement in sound insulation. You can even get the Continental GT Convertible does the luxury stuff extremely well. Dynamically, it's worth talking about the new generation 6.0-liter twin-turbocharged W12 engine. The old unit was the chassis is extremely proficient at harnessing watts on offer. Traction is the middle ground Bentley mode is better. There's more body I arrive in Seville firmly under the spell of the Continental GT Convertible. I think it's fair to